Power out, try this. Well, that's fun. I didn't take this protective screen cover off, so let's do it together. Nice. This is the EcoFlow River 2. So I want to go over some of the expectations for what it looks like to own this yourself. I'll also walk through the solar panel that I got with this and what you can expect with that. This review is more of like a hands-on walkthrough. It's not going to be super technical, but I'll give you some ideas of what it looks like to own one and then some practical use cases that you might want to use this for. The way it looks from the outside, you have one DC, so like kind of a standard car charger. It comes with the adapter. I don't have it in front of me, but it does come with the adapter that you can use for standard DC. The way that you turn all of this on is you actually have to turn on the EcoFlow itself, and then you get an indication of the percent that the battery has, and then also how many hours you have left. It says, okay, we'll drop. It says 32 hours, but there's no input or output, so it's probably a calculation. Back to 99. Okay. So yeah, let's put the DC cover back on. In order to turn these on and use either the DC or the AC side, you have to actually press the power button. So once you turn it on, you press this on off for each one of these sides, and that's how it turns on. So then let's shut it off. So like you saw, it comes with the one DC. You have a USB-A, USB-C, another USB-A, and then a 2-prong and 3-prong outlet. And from the back, this is how you charge it, and then this is the input for the solar. It charges fairly quickly. It's like roughly an hour fast charging if you actually have power. So that's pretty sweet. The use case that I got these for is for intermittent power outages. So my power is actually out right now. So this is a great time that I can use to show how I can keep my phone charged and maybe even charge up my laptop. And then I also want to show you how you can charge this with solar. So I have the 45-watt solar panel, which is like pretty slow, and you'll sort of see the input output. It's also January, so the sun isn't at full strength. So I'll give you a realistic expectation of sun and how quick you can expect to charge your battery with the solar panel. So let's take a look at all those things right now. I have my computer plugged in on one end of the power cable, and I have this 30-watt MacBook charger. It's a little small for the 14-inch MacBook Pro, but it's what I have at the moment. So the River 2 is on. We'll turn on the AC side, wait for the light, and then we could plug this in. We can plug it into the 3-prong side, why not? Okay, so once it's on, we could see that it's pulling 32 watts, 26 watts, 18 watts, so it's oscillating a little bit, but you can sort of see how much power is being drawn from the output, and then how many hours you have left on the actual charge of the EcoFlow itself. So it's pretty neat. If you probably can't hear it on the video, but it does make a slight hum. When you plug them in to charge, it makes like a noticeably loud humming sound, and there's a fan on the back to help with some of the heat, to dissipate the heat once, because when it's plugged in, it's generating a lot of heat. And also when it's drawing a lot of power, it's probably also pulling a lot of heat. So the more things you plug in that take higher power draw, you might hear the fan kick on. So that's an FYI. The other thing is there is an app, an EcoFlow app, that is pretty decent. I'm not going to show you in this video, but if you decide to get any EcoFlow device, you can get the app. The app will show you sort of the same things that you see on the screen. The app itself connects to the River itself with Bluetooth. So you can kind of get some more information about your device on your phone through the app, and then check it out there. Welcome to the outside world. So here's a solar panel. It folds up nicely into this little book, and it unfolds. It's a little hard to do with one hand. So there it is. So you can kind of prop it up, but here it is. I'm going to plug it into the River 2, and then let's see what the input looks like. And then we'll move it around and see what kind of power input we get. This plugs in like this. And then this other end plugs into the solar. So let me do that right now. I have the solar hooked up to the river, and the panel is kind of facing south as much as I can and facing up. And this is the power input. So I'm only getting about 12 watts, which isn't the best. Like I said, this is a 45 watt solar panel. So I'm gonna move it around to see if I can get any better watt hours for the input, and then I'll talk about some of the other practical use cases for this. I got to about 20 watts and it's freezing outside, so I'm gonna go back in and let this charge for a little while. The other thing with the solar panel is it has a USB-C output, so you can actually unfold the solar panel and then plug a USB directly into your phone, and you can charge your phone. The website said a phone can charge in about 1.5 hours. I think that's 4,500 milliamp hours in full sun optimal conditions. So if you're using this to charge your phone, I wouldn't expect 1.5 hours, maybe 2.5, 3, depending on what sun conditions you have, how much clouds are in the sky, a lot of other factors. It also said in the same optimal conditions, this solar panel can charge the river in about 7 hours. So considering you're out camping in the summer, your river is dead, and you want to charge it, leave it out all day, and hopefully when you get back at the end of the day, when the sun goes down, it's fully charged. So, hopefully that works for you. The last thing I wanted to talk about was some practical uses. So if you're camping, if you're at home, if you need power in your car, there's a lot of different applications and scenarios where you might want portable power with you. Consider this to be like a really big power bank. So, you have a power bank for when your phone dies. Consider this to be like, oh, your computer died. Oh, you need to charge your laptop or whatever it is. So camping is a good use to keep your flashlights plugged in. If you have any type of like camping or portable electric stoves or fire starters, that could be useful. If you want to charge up an electric air pump, something like that. So the primary use case that I got this for was for home, because for some reason our power goes out a lot, and I wanted to be able to at least power some fans if, let's say, the power goes out in the middle of the night in the summer. This is absolutely not the right power bank to power an AC unit. It might last like 30 minutes or maybe an hour tops. I wouldn't expect any more. The other thing that I got this for was when the power goes out, to at least have internet. So I got 2 of them, one to power the router and then one to power the ONT on the outside of the house, like the modem that takes the internet in from Verizon. So I got 2 for that purpose. So after this video, I'll probably plug both in so I get internet. And then same thing. So if the power goes out in the middle of the night and I have some rechargeable flashlights, I might want to keep those charged. If the same thing, power goes out, I want to make sure cell phones are fully charged. That's a good use for this for home. Lastly, I've been pretty happy with this overall. I haven't really had any issues. Like I said, the app is pretty good. You can get this with solar. There's a different variety of sizes you can get for the solar panel for charging things faster, slower. There's also a lot of different types of EcoFlow devices that you can get. This is specifically the River 2, but there's a lot of different models that have different capacities, different use cases. I know the Delta series you can use if you have an inlet for your panel to use to power some circuits or some parts of your house. So that's useful in that situation. But I encourage you to look at EcoFlow's website to check out the estimated time to keep certain appliances alive. So another use case for this for home would be to keep your fridge up and running for as long as possible. So let's say your power goes out, you go somewhere else, you want to make sure your fridge stays on for as long as possible. Plug your fridge in, let it go, and then you extended the life of your fridge by an hour or 2 or 3, depending on how much power your fridge requires to keep on. So I hope you found this review helpful, and I'm going to leave links to a bunch of these things in the description. So maybe the bundle with the EcoFlow and the solar panel, and then some other options that you can check out. So again, hopefully you found this helpful, and then let me know if you have any questions and I'll answer them in the comments.